Hi everyone, welcome to lecture number 6. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the business cycle and output gap. So, when we talk about business cycle, basically, business cycle refers to the pattern of expansion and contraction in economic activity over time. राइट सो जब भी हम जीडीपी या फिर आउटपुट की बात करते हैं इन द इकोनॉमी वी से दिस दैट जीडीपी और द आउटपुट इट डजंट ग्रो इन अ लीनियर मैनर राइट सो वी से कि जब भी जीडीपी और आउटपुट इकोनॉमी में ग्रो करते हैं ओवर द टाइम दे समटाइम्स ग्रो फास्ट समटाइम्स द इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी स्लोज डाउन सो दैट्स द आइडिया द ग्रोथ इज इन फ्लक्चुएटिंग मैनर राइट सो जब भी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी अपने हाईएस्ट लेवल पर होती है दैट इज़ रेफर्ड एज पीक राइट और जब भी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी अपने लोएस्ट पे होती है उसको हम ट्रॉफ कहते हैं राइट दैट इज़ लोएस्ट लेवल ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी सो जब भी इकोनॉमी अपने पीक से डाउनवर्ड्स जा रही होती है राइट आफ्टर हिटिंग द हाइएस्ट लेवल व्हेन इट स्टार्ट्स डिक्लाइनिंग वी से दैट इज द रिसेशन टाइम पीरियड एंड वेन एवर आफ्टर हिटिंग द लोएस्ट लेवल ऑफ द इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी व्हेन इकोनॉमी स्टार्ट्स रिकवरिंग वी से इट्स द रिकवरी और द expansion. So that's how we say that in reality economy grows in this fluctuating manner. So these repeated pattern of expansion and contraction, this is what we call business cycle. Alright, now if you consider this diagram you will see this blue line that is upward sloping and it is referred as trend line. So what is this trend line? This is basically this shows potential GDP. Means the trend path of GDP is the path GDP would take if factors of production were fully employed. So this is showing us the potential output or potential GDP. It basically represents कि अगर economy में फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ऑल द टाइम फुली एम्प्लॉयड होते तो जीडीपी क्या पाथ लेती मीन्स इन अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से कि अगर इकोनॉमी में वो अप्स एंड डाउन्स ना होते वो फ्लक्चुएशंस ना होती अगर इकोनॉमी स्मूथली ग्रो करती तो वो क्या पाथ लेती दैट इज शोन बाय द ट्रेंड पाथ राइट बट रियलिटी में ऐसा नहीं होता है दैट इज़ व्हाट वी आर कंसिडरिंग कि क्या पाथ इकोनॉमी लेती अगर हर टाइम फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन फुली एम्प्लॉयड होते बट इन रियलिटी ऑल द टाइम फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन आर नॉट fully employed. Sometimes they are underutilized, sometimes the resources or the factors of production they are overly utilized. So basically this difference between the actual output and between the potential output, right? So this green fluctuating line, this is representing us the actual output जो कि कभी fast grow करता है कभी slow grow करता है which shows the pattern of expansion and contraction. That is what happens in reality and trend path is showing us the potential path of the GDP, right? So now when we talk about this difference between the actual output and the potential output, we say this is the output gap, right? And about this we are going to talk about later in this lecture. Now, see, we have talked about what is trend line. Trend line is basically that GDP, that output path that इकोनॉमी वुड हैव टेकन अगर सब कुछ स्मूथली ग्रो करता अगर सारे फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन फुली एम्प्लॉयड होते एट एवरी टाइम राइट सो इफ वी सी वन थिंग दैट हमने ट्रेंड पाथ को कैसे कंसिडर किया है इट इज़ अपवर्ड स्लोपिंग राइट सो दैट शोज कि बाय डिफॉल्ट वी आर अज्यूमिंग दिस कि ओवर द टाइम पीरियड इकोनॉमी की प्रोडक्टिव कैपेसिटी इंक्रीज ही होती है so why we are considering that we talk about this that why trend line is upward sloping so here are the reasons that trend GDP increases with time period or it is upward sloping. First reason is that increase in population. So with increase in time we say population also increases. So population बढ़ती है तो labor भी बढ़ती है right? So labor is resource right? So that's why productive capacity of the economy increases. Second reason is that capital formation with increase in time over the time the capital formation also increases the infrastructure the machinery the factories in the economy that also increases right so by that idea also we say that potential GDP or the productive capacity of the economy increases. थर्ड रीज़न इज़ टेक्नोलॉजिकल प्रोग्रेस. सो टेक्नोलॉजी अगर बढ़ती है, सो अगेन द प्रोडक्टिविटी इंक्रीजेस, राइट? And we say better use of land resources. So because of all these reasons, we consider the trend GDP increasing or upward sloping, right? So now we have talked about trend GDP. Now the question arises, are resources always fully employed? क्या resources reality में हमेशा full employed रहते हैं? So no, in reality resources are not always fully employed. Okay, क्योंकि कभी एक बार we talk about there are the situations where there is underutilization of resources in the economy, and sometimes we see overutilization, right? So not every time resources or factors are fully employed. Let's talk about what is full employment. When we are talking about full employment, what is it actually? So when we talk about full employment, it is basically an economic concept. It is not a physical concept. We say full employment का मतलब zero unemployment नहीं होता, right? It does not mean that सारे लोग काम कर रहे हैं all the time and there is no one who is unemployed. No, it is not like that. See, full employment basically means that people who want to do jobs, people who want to work, they can find jobs within reasonable times, right? So that's how we define full employment. And we say that some unemployment is normal to be there because people sometimes are switching their jobs, so they stay unemployed for some period of time, right? And sometimes because of they are searching for better opportunities. So temporary unemployment always exists, and that is considered normal, right? So because resources are not always fully employed, the economy does not stay on the trend line. Instead, it fluctuates around it, right? So the trend line shows the economy's capacity that we have talked about, but the actual economy keeps moving above and below it, right? Depending on how efficiently resources are utilized. So far we have talked about what is business cycle. So now let's talk about one very important aspect of business cycle, that is recession. So if we talk about recession, what is recession? So there is no official definition for that, but in USA NBER, that is National Bureau of Economic Research, it identifies the beginning and the end of the recession. It determines the recession by using the broad economic data like the data for employment, output, income, etc. Right? If we have to define recession in simple terms, we would say that it's the period between peak and trough. So we have talked about this earlier as well, that peak is the highest level of economic activity and trough is the lowest level of economic activity. So the difference between these two is called recession. After the highest level of economic activity, when the output significantly declines in the economy, that is known as recession, right? Similarly, by this idea we can define expansion or recovery. It is the period between trough and peak, that after hitting the lowest level of economic activity, when economic activity starts recovering, starts expanding, right, starts rising, we say that is the expansion. All right, so expansion is the period between trough and peak. So recession, how do we define it? We say that when there is a significant decline in economic activity, we say that is the period of recession. So we follow this rule of thumb for determining the recession in the economy, that says that if there is fall in output for 2 consecutive quarters, we say it is recession. We define it as recession, right? But again, this is not a strict rule, right? This is not the final rule that we always follow for determining the recession in the economy. NBER uses its own judgment. Again, it uses the broader analysis for determining the recession in the economy. So far हमने बात की कि when we talk about trend line, so trend line shows the GDP path if all the resources are fully utilized. And when we talk about real life, not every time resources are fully utilized, so not every time we are on the trend line. So actual output isn't always equal to trend line. Sometimes the resources are underutilized and sometimes they are overly utilized. So the real output, the actual output, it fluctuates around the trend line. If we talk about expansion, so we define expansion, we say that when there is an increase in the economic activity after hitting the lowest level of economic activity, when economy starts expanding, moving towards the peak, that is known as expansion. So when we are talking about expansion, we are saying that economic activity is increasing, right? So when economic activity is increasing, we say production increases, employment also increases. So during the expansion, output can exceed the trend, because in this situation, when there is an expansion in the economy, we can say कि firms जो हैं labor से overtime work करा रही हैं, so they are using the resources, overly utilizing the resources, and machinery को overtime use कर रहे हैं because the situation is like that. ज़्यादा demand है, ज़्यादा production हो रही है, right? So during expansion, we say that output can exceed the trend. If we talk about recession, so recession, how do we define that? It is the period between the peak and the trough. So we say that when there is significant decline in the economic activity, so economic activity is declining during the recession, which means lower demand, lower production, so unemployment increases, right? Firms stop hiring more laborers, or we can say they start firing laborers because they do not need labor now, since there is less production happening, right? So in that situation, resources are underutilized, right? Because people are unemployed, machinery stays idle. So in that situation, output is below the trend, right? So that's why we say reality, actual output fluctuates around the trend line. So trend line shows the path GDP takes when the resources are fully utilized, right? So when we are talking about expansion, the real output can exceed the trend, because during expansion resources may overutilize, right? And when we are talking about recession, so output stays below the trend, because in recession we say that resources are underutilized. So that's how we define output gap. It's the difference between actual output and the potential output. So we say potential output is what? Output at full employment. So how do we define actual output? The difference between actual and potential output. So we say output gap is positive when actual output is greater than the potential output, and output gap is negative when the potential output is greater than the actual output. So this is what we see during the period of expansion, because we have talked about it, right? During the periods of expansion, actual output is greater because वहाँ पर we are overly utilizing the resources, and the negative output gap is seen when the potential output is greater, means the actual output is lesser than the potential output during the periods of recession, right? So we have talked about it, because during the periods of recession, resources are underutilized, right? We have seen so far output gap is what? Output gap is basically deviation of actual output from the potential output, and we have talked about it that during the times of recession, what happens? Actual output stays lower than the potential output, because during recession the resources are underutilized, the machinery stays idle, or the laborers are unemployed, right? So output gap is negative, right? Because the output gap is defined by the actual output minus potential output, right? Because of higher unemployment and resources are underutilized. And when we talk about expansion, during expansion, actual output is greater, or it exceeds the potential output, because during the times of expansion, the resources are overly utilized, or high utilization of resources by making laborers work overtime, and by using a machinery for extra hours, right? So we say output gap is positive. So now we talk about inflation and business cycle. So when we talk about the relationship between inflation and the output gap, we say they are positively related. See, when we talk about when the output gap is positive, that means that actual output is greater than the potential output in the economy. So that means higher utilization of resources, right? That labor is working more hours, machinery is being used for extra hours, right? So all these things, considering that situation, we will say that more people are employed, more people are generating more income from factors of services, because their factors of services or their factor inputs are overly employed, so they will have more money. By that logic, we can say that in this situation there will be higher demand in the economy. So, and we know, since we are already at full capacity, since the actual output is greater than the potential output, when the output gap is positive, we are already at the full capacity. We cannot increase the production further in order to fulfill the higher demand. So as a result, prices increases or inflation increases. Similarly, when we talk about that output gap is negative, or the actual output is less than the potential output, so that is the situation where resources are underutilized, where factors of production are underutilized. So people are not earning enough money through their factor services, right? So we can say that unemployment is very high in this situation. So what will happen? The demand will ultimately be very low in this situation, and as a result, prices will fall. So inflation decreases when there is negative output gap in the economy. Hence we say that inflation and output gap, these two are positively related in the economy, right?